to getting contracts, right? That's the where you get the consistent work for your cargo van, or even if you have a sedan, I guess whatever the contract is, and it can fit in your and whatever you're driving, go after it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Is it just let's tell us the kind of skills is necessary to obtain the contract, because when you have DoorDash, you turn on the app on, you pick up food and you deliver it. You may not even need to say a word. You just show a phone. So that communication, customer service, smiling, being personable may not be something you need to do necessarily for food delivery, but in terms of getting contracts and negotiating with merchants, like what kind of skills you need to able to do that successfully?
Yeah. So just really being personable, being nice, and over providing value. Like I said, it's a small furniture store across the street from my offices that does maybe 2 or 3 deliveries on the weekend, and they call me if I'm available, drop off some mattresses or deliver a sofa with them. So that's a direct contract. It doesn't have to be something big. It can be something small. That only pays me maybe $200 a week. But on top of everything else I'm doing, that's guaranteed money. I know, every Saturday I got at least 2 or 3 drop-offs in the morning, what I can do before 12 o'clock, before, I'm, going out my day, watching football, doing whatever else I'm doing throughout the day. So, and that is something you can rent a van. I see a comment in the chat saying that, something you can rent a van and get started doing these local mom and pop deliveries that don't require a certain amount of insurance, that don't require the van to be in your name. You can go out and get those type of contracts, do those type of deliveries in a rental, get a rental for 70, 80 bucks a day. That's where I rent mine off sometimes, and, do deliveries and make 300 bucks and pocket the rest. So it is absolutely something you can do, renting a van and getting started in this business, doing, small furniture contracts, putting ad out on Facebook, Craigslist, doing moves, 1 and 2 bedroom apartment moves, renting a cargo van. Those things, those are not contracts, but those are things that you can do with getting your own business, going out, finding your own work, and being your own boss, and not relying on gig apps, because easy money is low pay. So anything easy doesn't pay out a lot. Anything hard, anything more risky, you're going to get paid more. So going out there, having your name out there on the contract. If something goes bad, if you're sick, you can't get nobody to work for you, you possibly could lose the contract, lose the money. So there's risk in that. So, but it's a lot of reward too.
That's a good point, right? Yeah, in terms of, because I've asked other content creators, and also who've been either had the cargo van or they've had it in the past, how, if you had the ability to start, should you get a van? Like if you're gonna fit, you want to go all in, you just go purchase a van, or should you? I think one person said work for a company first. Maybe have they have a van that you could somehow kind of leverage, or not leverage, but you can kind of like your authority is you can kind of not say scam the authority, but you kind of get part of that authority by working for them for a while. Then maybe you jump on your own thing,
Exactly. Yeah, especially
or rent.
Like,
So
yeah,
more, and then I think talking to Gig Geezer, he said, "Listen, I was all in. I talked to a few people,
yeah,
and got. He's like, I'm gonna go. I don't got time to tiptoe. I'm jumping all in. Like, what would be your ideal way of doing it? I'm sure, you've kind of you did your way, but
before I make that investment and getting a van, I will find the work first. So, like I said, I had a buddy that's already had contract with the company before, like as I had my van. I'm on the website looking, I'm on the phone with his company saying, hey, I got a van coming in a month. Go ahead and set me up with this contract. And then in the meantime, when he was out of town or he didn't want to drive, I drove his van for the contract. So I kind of gained some experience doing these auto part courier runs. Basically, you just go to a car dealership, pick up some parts, deliver them to the little mom and pop repair shops, do that run in the morning, and then come back in the afternoon, pick up some more parts and drop them off in the afternoon. So I would start from about 8 and about 4 p.m. every day. But like I said, the location where I had to go was almost maybe 45 minutes, an hour, in traffic from my house. So I just kind of stopped doing it over time. But it was a great money making, great start for me. So like I said, I would have the work, I have the money there, the business there before you go in and get that investment or even go out and rent a van. Some people say, yeah, I want to get my van first, but find the money first and get the van. Make sure it's there. so you don't go in.
I want to see what you think of my idea then, because I know
Okay.
you already have the van. So I get a lot of work on Curry. I could probably do the work that I get on Curry right now in a van and still do okay in the van.
How
Probably
big?
struggle a little more.
How big of a van? Do you need the high roof with the wide?
I'd like to, because I know that those Sprinter vans with the high roof allow you the 3 pallets instead of 2. And that does make a big difference. I mean, they can add $1,000 or $800 to some loads. But so my theory is, what would it cost me to go get a truck and the insurance and everything? Like, let's say that, and these are just arbitrary numbers, but let's say that was going to cost me $5,000 a month. I want to go for 1 month and go rent the van for $7,000, even if it's going to cost 7. Can I make 7 work? Even if I struggle to make it work, well, then I'm going to be able to make money at 5.
Right.
Yeah. That's
like, I feel like I'm already at that level, is why I say that, though. I hear what you're saying. If you've never done any last mile, maybe don't just jump in. But I've been doing last mile for 2 years.
Yeah. So yeah, that comes what I'm saying. You already got the experience, you got the know-how that you can make that money before. Some people use it as a guessing game. Some people are like, I'm going to quit my job. They're hearing this, they're hearing about the money we can make through this live stream. They say, man, I'm about to quit my job tomorrow and go sign up for these apps without knowing if your market is sustainable for this, if your area is sustainable for this. So that's a little bit different what you're saying, what I'm saying. Which your ideal is definitely possible and definitely something I would do. You already got the numbers, you got the the data.
I know I'd pay more to rent. I know that.
Yeah.
But that's why. Can I make that? Can I even just get by? Can I make the payments? Can I get by that month? And then if I can, I'm going to make money.
I would go ahead and purchase a van and then use that just to get by money to pay down the debt on the van, and then you can resell the van for make some money, resell the van.
Oh yeah. But my hope is that after a month, I'm like, here's your van back, and I'm like that same day going to buy one.
Exactly. You don't burn out. You don't have to worry about maintenance. So renting is has its keys to it, but like I said, a lot of times they want large deposits. A lot of times they're not available in your market. So it's pros and cons of renting. Some of the smaller conversion vans are a lot easier to get a hold of than the Sprinters. So you have to kind of go to Ryder or Penske. Enterprise has some as well, but they don't have as many. They might only have 1 or 2.
Usually when I look at Enterprise, I don't see a lot of like like you were saying, the tall ones. Usually,
but one thing about Enterprise is they will ship a car to you, especially for a long-term rental. So like if an Enterprise 100 miles from or 50 miles from you, Hannibal, they have one of the vans you want it for a month, they'll get it to the location by you.
Yeah.